All right. How's it going, everybody? What is up? Jonathan Gerber here. We're going to do our first ever little podcast situation for FlexShot. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. I don't have a name. Don't worry about it. We don't need a name yet. You guys can come up with that. Uh, I don't have a whole lot for this today. Just going to kind of keep it simple. Just going to talk about a few things that I want to talk about today because I guess that's what you do on a podcast, right? So what do I have first? I'm just gonna tell you about me, how I got into disc golf, um, and why I kept playing. I guess. So I started, I think, in 2014, 13, something like that. My buddy John Mosier, he just hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, you wanna come play disc golf?" And that was that. We went and played, and I was hooked. My hobby before that was I was fishing like all the time. I was constantly going fishing every other day at least, and I think I've probably gone fishing about 4 times since I started playing disc golf. That's about it. It's not a lie. I barely even thought about going fishing. Like it's just not something I've thought about. By the way, ignore my ugly little photo booth setup here. It's there. It exists. I'm not gonna move it. This is where I am. This is what it's gonna be. But yeah, wherever I was with that, I just got hooked immediately, and I never wanted to look back. I never stopped playing, and it's been my obsession ever since. I absolutely just fell in love with like the flight, and like we all have. Like the first time you threw that good shot, it was just like, bam, that's so sick. So that was really what it was for me. I remember one of the first like good shots I ever threw. I had this DX Rhino. It came out in a starter pack. I got one of those starter packs. It came with a T-Bird, a DX T-Bird, a Shark, a Rock. I'm pretty sure, Rhino, and there was something else. I just can't remember what it was. Uh, but like that was my first set of discs that I had on my own. I had one of those little side bag Innova deals. It was so cool to me. But I took this Rhino and I threw it across this tennis court that was out of bounds, and it hit a tree and then dropped straight in the basket. I was like, "Oh my god, whoa!" And I freaked out. It was the coolest thing I've ever. One of the coolest shots for me up to that moment, and like even before that, I was hooked. But when I did that, I was like, "Oh my gosh! Like, how do I do this? Like almost every time." Found out that's kind of hard to do, but from that, I just kind of spawned this just something I love. And last year, I went through a little rough spell. I played pretty poorly for a while, and I spent about 2 months away from disc golf, which is like I'd never done that before. I think the most amount of time I had spent away from disc golf prior to that was probably it couldn't have been more than a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like it was 2 months was a long time, and it put me in a dark place, to be honest with you. Like I was depressed. It was awful, and I kind of thought like, well, what could I do? I can't play disc golf. Like I don't want. I can. It's not I can't. I don't want to play disc golf right now. Disc golf is like the last thing I want to do. I don't want to touch a disc. I love watching people play still. Like it was so I had fun watching people play, but I just don't want to. I don't want to play right now. So like, what do I do? And I was running a league at the time, and I kind of just started brainstorming, and I was like, maybe I should start like a business. And I kind of sat on that for probably, I want to say 4 or 5 months. I sat on that idea, and then I broke away. I don't really want to say broke away, but I got away from a sponsorship that I was involved with, just so I could go out on my own and start my own thing, because I had always wanted to start a business. Ever since I really was in high school, like I knew I hated working for people. I don't know what that was. I knew I hated working for people, and I wanted to work for me, and and I just wanted to see what I could do. Honestly, like I wanted to see what I could do and what I was capable of, and if I could rise up to the challenge of starting a business and uh, just make it successful and make it my life and make it my future. Um, and I'm on the way to that, I think. I think I'm on the way. This is just another step in the staircase. I don't know what I think that's the way I want to say that. Yeah, but here we are on this podcast, man. Disc golf has become just it's the thing that I can't wait to do every day, kind of thing. And I can't wait to get off work every day and to come downstairs and work on my computer and like just get to work on stuff. Like I find so much joy in it, and it's really just it's been life changing. Disc golf, honestly, like it's changed my life. And so with that, I want to know how could I change disc golf to be better. One of the hot topics lately has been with the Las Vegas Challenge just happening, has been golf courses and whether they're worth it, I guess, and whether they're fun to watch. I think they can be. I think they have to be set up the right way. I think that the courses need to be done the right way. I think that goes without saying, like, obviously. But I think the benefits that we get from golf courses that we can't get anywhere else right now are amenities, like food. Trucks running beer out, trucks running drinks out, like all that kind of stuff. That's not something that you can get from a park. You know what I mean? So until we can have private properties, which I believe are the future for disc golf, that are willing to give us more area than just what the cities are going to give us, which is parks and little tiny areas that just are not. They're not gonna help. You know what I mean? They're not gonna provide longevity, I should say. We need things with amenities, and we need things that that can provide us off course things for people to do, because that's how golf is successful. It's an experience when you go to an event. It's not just, oh, let's walk through a park and watch some guys throw their discs. Like, that's cool. I'll go do that. That's no problem. But the casual fan is not going to come out for that. That's not going to be very enticing for them. So we just got to find ways to innovate and get rid of old habits. You know what I mean? Like, disc golf is too, oh, we've always done it this way. And that's fine, but like, it's not. We got to innovate. We got to find new ways to do things. We got to find better ways to do things so that we can grow and we can get this sport to where it should be. I did a little bit of research before this about golf courses, by the way, on the play on them, and it's about the last. So going back to last season, 2021. The average margin of victory on a golf course, and I included like Jonesboro because that used to be a golf course. I'm going to count it. The average margin of victory was like 3.9 strokes. So it's not super close, but I think that there's something to be said about golf courses and what they can provide. I mean, Gannon Burr and Drew Gibson was... I don't know if that's something. I feel like you can make an argument for golf courses with a tournament like that. The way that it looked, the way that it finished. Sorry. And it was just all out entertaining. And you can't, if something's entertaining, then I can't really take a whole lot away from it. Can the golf courses be set up better and mapped out better? Absolutely. But I think for right now, for the growth and to get spectators and all that stuff that we've all talked about at some point, I'm sure, for the sake of getting spectators, it's going to be necessary that we try to get to some golf courses and we do it like that. And that way we can grow this dang sport that we all love and get more people involved and get payouts better and just more courses. Obviously, that's one of the biggest things that I want in my local area is I want more courses. I want more courses, you know? So I want more variety. I want more places to play disc golf. We have 3 courses technically in our area, 4, I guess you could say, that are all within our city, but we have some that are 30-minute drives, and that's just excuse me, that's just a little bit too far. Not too far, but like I can't just show up and go there after work during the week. Like it's too much of a drive. So one of the other things I want to discuss was kind of hopping back to my point about getting away from old habits is like partying and drinking within disc golf. It's probably a hot topic, a little touchy issue, I guess, to some degree. I want to start it by like discussing why does disc golf get a bad rap versus a sport like ball golf that has the same things, has people getting drunk and like destroying carts sometimes, wrecking entire golf carts and driving them into lakes and stuff like that. Why does that not get a bad rap as all of them golfers? And I think I know the answer. It's because it's in the public eye. It's in a park where people are there with their kids playing on a playground, walking their dog. Like, you're not going to see people walking their dog through a golf course. It's just not going to happen. So they're seeing rowdy people doing rowdy things in a public park, and it just looks bad, you know. So I think that's part of the reason why disc golf gets a bad rap, but ball golf doesn't. I'm not saying people shouldn't drink and have a good time, but I'm just saying control it and be moderate about it, and just know your limits. That's really all it comes down to. Just know your limits. Don't drink too much. That's it. Don't drink too much. It's not hard. All right. Last thing I want to touch on before we get out of here. I ain't got a whole lot today. Keep you under 30 minutes for sure. Let's talk about Waco. It is March 9th right now. I'm probably going to upload this on Friday, the 11th. So what do we got? Waco Annual Charity Open. Last year, our winners were Kona Panis and Nico. Nico's win, that was super cool. Winning it with that big putt on 17. It still came down to the wire, if I remember right. But let me see if I can find tournament history. All right, we had Nico winning, and then we had Cale LaVisca and Bradley Williams in third. And then F for MPO. And then FPO was Kona, Owen, and Sarah. Kona destroyed the field, if you guys remember. She won by 12 on Owen. Yeah. So who were my picks? So I have my Grip 6 picks right here. I'll pull those up after this. I'm in the Skip Ace League. If you guys aren't on Skip Ace, you should. We have a league. I will post it in the description. It's Salina Area Fantasy Disc Golf. Anyways, my picks for that are, so you get a limit, you get a pick up. They rate the players, and then you get a pick. Those players are valued, and then you get a pick. So up to a certain amount of points. So you go 4 MPO and 2 FPO players. I went with Richard. Nobody calls him Richard anymore. I went with Ricky Wysocki, Bradley Williams, Terry Roethlisberger, and Joel Freeman for my MPO. I should have looked at where Joel finished last year. That would have been a good idea. And then that was my Skip Ace. So we'll track these somehow. Richard, Bradley, Terry, Joel, Henna, and Tiger. I had Luke Humphreys in there, so if Luke Humphreys plays well and that bites me in the ass, then, well, it does. That's just how it's going to be. I'm pulling up my Grip 6 picks right now. Same format with those guys. 4 picks, or 6 picks. You can mix and match MPO and FPO on that. I went with Ricky Wysocki, Chris Dickerson, Cale LaVisca, Linus Carlson. By the way, I keep hearing everybody say Linus Carlson. It's Linus. Please get it right. Then I went Kristen Tatar and Evelina Salonen. I think Evelina's going to get it together. She's obviously had putting issues. I guess I just took her off. Let's fix that real quick. And I didn't even say on my Skip Ace, my FPO picks. My FPO picks on Skip Ace were Henna Blumroos and Tiger Borth. So kind of mixing and matching here, trying to diversify my options. And then, yeah, I think that might be all I have for today. Hopefully next time we'll have a guest. I kind of want to just get on here and just let it rip and see what I can come up with for today. So, nothing special. If you guys have anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Social medias, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram. Those are both at FlexShotDG. We also have a Discord. I will post that in the description below. Go join that Discord. Let's talk about disc golf. What is that thing floating? Sorry, audio only people. There was something floating around. Words are hard. What was I talking about? Oh, Discord, plugging my stuff. Yeah, YouTube, FlexShot Disc Golf. We'll put everything in the description. Everything down there. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on all that stuff. So hit us up over there if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it. Obviously, we're a podcast. That's what you do on these. Signing off. We'll see you guys later.